There's an ancient saying, when the seeker is ready, the path reveals itself. This timeless truth has echoed across centuries, resonating with all who have ever searched for meaning, growth, and higher wisdom. And now, in this very moment, I invite you to walk this sacred path with me. For today, we uncover one of the most profound and transformative pillars of occult knowledge, the 7 Hermetic Principles. Passed down through the legendary Hermes Trismegistus, known also as Thoth, the Egyptian god of wisdom. These teachings are far more than mere philosophy. They are living truths, universal laws, sacred forces that govern both the outer cosmos and the inner world of the soul. These ancient principles are not abstract musings. They are the unseen patterns behind all existence, shaping the dance of stars and the silent thoughts that move within your mind. Together they form what is known as the Master Key, a singular key that once turned opens the gateway to boundless wisdom, deep transformation, and the awakening of your infinite potential. But understand, this journey is not just about acquiring knowledge, it is about integration. It is about application. It is about allowing these truths to change you from within. For when you live in harmony with these principles, you do not merely understand the universe. You begin to master it. You become a conscious creator of your own reality. So I ask you, are you ready to step into the temple of mysteries? To unlock truths hidden from the eyes of the many, preserved only for those willing to seek? This is your invitation, to walk the path of self-mastery, to awaken to a reality far greater than what you've been told, and to begin a journey that may change not just how you see the world, but how you see yourself. The first of the 7 Hermetic Principles is the foundation for all the others. It is called the principle of mentalism, and it reveals this profound truth. The all is mind, the universe is mental. At its core, this principle tells us that everything, all that you see, feel, and experience, is born of mind. The universe is not a random mechanical system. It is a mental construct created and sustained by a universal intelligence that permeates all things. So what is this universal intelligence? In Hermetic teachings, the all is the term used to describe this infinite, all-encompassing consciousness. It is the universal mind, an intelligence beyond form, time, and space, and yet the source of all that exists. Think of it as the great cosmic consciousness that holds the blueprint of the universe. The universe, like a dream, exists within this universal mind. Just as a dream is a mental creation of the dreamer, the world around you is a creation of the universal mind. Everything that exists, from the smallest particle to the vastest star, is a manifestation of this conscious intelligence. But here's the key. Your mind is not separate from the universal mind. Just as a wave is a part of the ocean, your consciousness is an extension of this cosmic intelligence. You are woven into the fabric of the universal mind, and your thoughts are connected to this infinite source. This connection means your thoughts are not just fleeting ideas, they are powerful forces. Your beliefs, perceptions, and intentions create your reality. The world around you responds to the mental energy you project. If you focus on fear and limitation, your reality will reflect that. If you focus on abundance and love, your experience will align with that energy. Your mind becomes the key to unlocking your potential and transforming your world. The principle of mentalism invites you to realize that you are not a passive observer of life. You are a co-creator working in harmony with the universal mind to shape your existence. By consciously directing your thoughts and intentions, you can bring the wisdom and power of the universal mind into your own life, guiding your journey toward greater fulfillment. This principle teaches us that reality is not fixed. It is malleable, shaped by the mental force of consciousness. You have the ability to transform your world, one thought at a time, by aligning your mind with the higher truths of the universe. The second Hermetic principle is known as the principle of correspondence. It reveals a hidden law that helps us see how the universe truly operates. As above, so below. As below, so above. At first glance, it might sound poetic, enigmatic even. But this phrase points to something very real and deeply powerful. This principle teaches that all things in existence are connected. There is a profound relationship between the vast and the minute, between the outer and the inner, between the visible world and the invisible one. As above, so below means that what happens on one level of reality, like the physical, is mirrored in another, like the mental, emotional, or spiritual. The same patterns, the same energies, the same rhythms appear again and again, just in different forms. We see this woven through nature. The branches of trees resemble bolts of lightning. The spiral of a seashell mirrors the spiral arms of distant galaxies. The structure of an atom echoes the architecture of the solar system. These aren't coincidences. They are correspondences. Reflections of a sacred design repeating itself across the fabric of existence. But this law doesn't only apply to the outer world, it applies to you. Your inner world, your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, corresponds directly to your outer experience. Your relationships, your decisions, your reality. When your mind is filled with fear or confusion, life often mirrors that state. But when your heart is at peace, the world seems to reflect serenity back to you. This is not imagination. It is a law, a universal mirror, and it works in both directions. By observing your outer world, you gain insight into your inner state. And by healing or transforming your inner world, you begin to shape the world around you. As within, so without. As without, so within. This ancient truth echoes through many traditions. In the Gospel of Luke, Jesus said, "The kingdom of God is within you." In this single profound statement, he unveiled a mystery. The sacred realm we search for, the truth, the light, the divine, is not found in distant lands or hidden temples. It is found within. The universe is not only something that exists out there. It is something that lives in you. You are not separate from the cosmos. You are its reflection, and it is a reflection of you. The principle of correspondence invites you to stop searching for meaning outside yourself and begin the journey inward. Because when you understand that your outer life is shaped by your inner world, you begin to see that real growth, real transformation, and real freedom start in the quiet chambers of your own soul. This principle teaches you that nothing stands alone. Everything is part of a great unity. Everything is woven into the same sacred pattern. And when you live in harmony with that pattern, you step into alignment with the divine. The third Hermetic principle is known as the principle of vibration, and it reveals another profound truth. Nothing rests, everything moves, Everything vibrates. At first glance, this may seem like a simple idea. Everything is in motion. But when we dive deeper into this principle, we discover that vibration is not just a spiritual or metaphysical concept. It is the very foundation of reality itself. This timeless truth was passed down by Hermes Trismegistus, the mystical sage revered as the father of Hermetic wisdom. In his ancient writings, Hermes revealed that all matter, all energy, and even all thought are expressions of vibration. To the untrained eye, the world may appear solid and still, but to the initiate, it is understood that beneath the surface all is in constant motion. Modern science now echoes this same understanding. Atoms, the building blocks of matter, are not solid objects. They are made up of mostly empty space with subatomic particles vibrating at high speeds. The solidity we perceive is an illusion. What we call matter is simply energy in motion, held together by frequency. This aligns perfectly with the wisdom Hermes shared millennia ago. But this principle extends beyond the physical world. In the realm of the mind, our thoughts, emotions, and intentions all carry vibrational frequencies. When you feel love, peace, or fear, you are tuning into specific vibrations. Just as a harp string resonates with a certain note, your inner state resonates with corresponding energies in the world around you. Hermes taught that by understanding and mastering these vibrations, the initiate could rise above the illusions of the material world. He offered not just knowledge, but a path, a way to attune one's mind and spirit to the higher frequencies of divine truth. The principle of vibration teaches us that everything is in motion, and that includes the inner world of thought and consciousness. The more aligned your inner vibrations are with higher states of awareness, the more you begin to harmonize with the deeper rhythms of the universe. This is not only a metaphysical idea, it is a spiritual practice. To raise your vibration is to elevate your being. Through mindfulness, intention, and heart-centered awareness, you can shift the frequency of your life. You can step out of lower vibrations of fear, anger, and doubt, and move into the higher vibrations of love, wisdom, and unity. In the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus, this principle was a sacred key, one that unlocked the hidden structure of the cosmos and revealed the path to mastery. To know the vibrations of things is to understand their nature. To change your vibration is to change your life. Now, we turn to the fourth principle. This is the principle of polarity, a profound truth whispered through the ages by the mystics of ancient Egypt, and preserved in the sacred writings attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, the great revealer of divine wisdom. Hermes taught that the entire cosmos is built upon a hidden symmetry. Every truth contains its opposite. Every light casts a shadow. Within the ancient symbol of the Ouroboros, the serpent devouring its own tail, we glimpse the eternal dance of polarity. Life feeding on death, creation born of destruction, wholeness found only when opposites complete the circle. This is not mere poetry. It is a map of human experience. The Hermetic teachings reveal what seems like contradiction is, in truth, complement. Heat and cold are not fundamentally different. They are variations in the vibration of temperature. Likewise, good and evil are not separate forces, but degrees of moral awareness along the same continuum. Even spirit and matter are not at war. They are opposing poles of the same unified field of existence. In the sacred temples of old, initiates were taught to transcend duality. Through ritual and contemplation, they learned to move from one state of being to another, to transform pain into wisdom, desire into devotion, chaos into order. This was the great work, the alchemical journey of reuniting what had been divided. The yin-yang of Taoist tradition mirrors this same hermetic wisdom. Each pole contains the seed of its opposite. Nothing is purely one thing. Every reality carries within it the whisper of its counterpoint. This is the cosmic law of balance. But this principle is not locked away in ancient temples or forgotten scrolls. It lives in your thoughts, your emotions, your choices. When you feel hatred, know that it exists only because love is possible. When you fall into despair, know that joy is but a few degrees away. Polarity gives us the power to shift, not by destroying what is, but by rising toward what could be. To the uninitiated, opposites appear absolute, but to the seeker, they are mirrors, each reflecting the other in reverse. The principle of polarity is the key to mental transmutation. It teaches that mastery lies not in denying one pole, but in learning to move between them with conscious intent. And when we embrace both sides of the spectrum, we are no longer divided, we are whole. This is the fifth Hermetic principle, the principle of rhythm, and it reveals this eternal truth. All of life moves in cycles. Nothing remains fixed. All of existence is engaged in a ceaseless dance, rising and falling, advancing and retreating, expanding and contracting. From the tides of the sea to the turn of the seasons. From the quiet rhythm of your breath to the shifting currents of your emotions. Rhythm is the hidden heartbeat of the universe. Hermes Trismegistus, the great initiator of ancient wisdom, taught that this rhythm is not random, it is lawful. It is the sacred pulse of the cosmos, present at every level of reality. Like a pendulum, the swing is ever in motion. What rises must fall. What retreats shall return. To the untrained eye, these fluctuations may seem like chaos, but to the initiate, they are the markings of a greater harmony. Just as the earth moves through cycles of birth, growth, decay, and rest, so too does everything in life pass through seasons of flourishing and decline, only to rise again in a new form. This cycle of renewal is woven into the very fabric of existence. The pendulum itself stands as a vivid symbol of this principle. It swings back and forth, tirelessly measuring time with its steady beat. Its motion mirrors the natural rhythm of life, where every high and low are not opposites but counterparts, balancing each other perfectly. And just as your breath flows in and out, so does the rhythm of existence move within you. Each inhalation lifts you, each exhalation releases you. Each breath becomes a silent testament to the eternal flow, the rise and fall of energy, the dance between stillness and motion. In your breathing, you remember, life is movement, and you are part of it. When you begin to recognize this pattern, you awaken to a profound realization. Your lows are not failures. They are merely the valleys that precede the next ascent. Just as the night must yield to dawn and winter must give birth to spring, your darkest moments already carry the seeds of renewal within them. The Hermetic path invites us to center ourselves amid the swing of the pendulum, to cling neither to the heights nor to despair in the depths. This sacred art is known as neutralization, the practice of inner equilibrium. The sage grounded in rhythm becomes like the still point at the center of the turning wheel, unmoved, even as the world spins around him. The principle of rhythm is not just a truth to observe, it is a force to master, a way to sail the tides of life rather than be swept away by them. And when you align yourself with this sacred pulse, you move with grace, with resilience, and with quiet power. Even as the pendulum swings, the sixth Hermetic principle, cause and effect, brings to light a fundamental and inescapable reality. Nothing happens by chance. The universe operates under immutable laws, and the principle of cause and effect is a fundamental part of this order. Every action, every thought, every choice creates a ripple that extends outward, shaping the fabric of reality. There is no randomness in existence, only cause, effect, and the law that governs them. Consider the domino effect. A row of carefully aligned dominoes, each one tipping the next in a precise and predictable sequence. A single push on one domino sets off a chain reaction that impacts the entire line. In the same way, every decision you make, every action you take sends ripples through the universe, creating a cascading effect of consequences. These effects can be immediate or take time to unfold, but their presence is undeniable. In Hermetic teachings, the universe is not driven by chance, but by lawful causes. The cosmos operates like a grand chain of cause and effect, where everything is interconnected. The cause of today sets the stage for the effects of tomorrow. Your thoughts, words, and actions are like the initial push on the first domino. They begin a chain reaction that will ultimately shape your reality. The law of karma reflects this principle, showing that every action, whether good or bad, returns to the individual in some form. Just as a stone thrown into a pond sends ripples outward, the energy you send out through your actions or intentions ripples back to you, influencing your future in ways you may not immediately see. This is the law of cause and effect in motion. Understanding this principle means recognizing that you are not a passive observer in the world. You are an active creator, a force in motion. By choosing your thoughts, words, and actions carefully, you set into motion a powerful chain of events that can transform your life. Every cause, no matter how small, is powerful in its potential to create lasting effects. To master this principle is to become aware of your role in the ongoing creation of your reality. When you align with the laws of cause and effect, you can consciously shape your life, making decisions that are in harmony with your highest intentions. The universe is your canvas. Every brushstroke you make sends ripples through time and space, influencing the outcome of your journey. The domino effect is a powerful reminder that small actions have large consequences and that your choices today will shape the world of tomorrow. Master the cause and you master the effect. The seventh and final Hermetic principle, the principle of gender, is one of great depth and significance. It teaches that all creation is born from the marriage of masculine and feminine energies. This principle reveals that gender is not limited to biological distinctions. It is a fundamental force that pervades the universe and expresses itself in all things. In every act of creation, two opposing yet complementary energies are at work: the masculine and the feminine. Together they form the essential duality from which life emerges, from the smallest particle to the vastest galaxies. In Hermetic thought, masculine energy is associated with active, creative, and initiating principles. It is the force that brings potential into motion. Feminine energy, on the other hand, is receptive, nurturing, and manifesting. It is the power that shapes, develops, and brings that potential into form. Just as the seed represents the masculine and the soil the feminine, both are needed for life to arise. The seed must be planted and the soil must receive it. Only then can growth begin. This balance, this interplay between masculine and feminine, is essential for creation. Without it, nothing can come into being. On a spiritual level, the masculine principle aligns with the mind, with intellect, logic, and will. The feminine principle aligns with the heart, with intuition, emotion, and the ability to bring forth what has been conceived. When these two forces come together in harmony, they produce the highest forms of creation, both in the material world and in the spiritual realm. In the physical world, we see the manifestations of gender in all living beings. From plants to animals to humans, all life expresses both masculine and feminine energy. But this principle goes deeper. Within each of us, regardless of physical characteristics, both energies live. We each carry the spark and the womb, the will and the wisdom, and it is through the integration of these two forces that we unlock our highest potential. The principle of gender is not just about biology. It is a mystical understanding of the creative forces that govern all of existence. Through its lens, we come to see that all things are born through union. Expression, manifestation, transformation, each is rooted in the harmony between these primal energies. In ancient symbolism, this sacred union was often depicted as the merging of opposites, active and receptive, light and dark, sky and earth. This eternal marriage gives rise to life, to wholeness, to the ever-unfolding mystery of creation. To walk the Hermetic path is to recognize and embrace this union within ourselves. To master the principle of gender is to balance these forces in thought, in emotion, and in action. When we do, we become conscious creators, able to manifest dreams, shape reality, and bring life to vision. The marriage of masculine and feminine energies is the rhythm of life itself. When we align with it, we step into the creative power that has shaped the stars, and now waits to shape us. This principle reminds us all things are born of the union of opposites, and in their harmony we find the source of creation, transformation, and true mastery. As we conclude this journey through the 7 Hermetic Principles, we return to the truth that has guided us from the very beginning. The path to self-mastery is not an external pursuit, but an internal transformation. These ancient teachings, passed down through the wisdom of Hermes Trismegistus, have served as the guiding lights for seekers, mystics, and philosophers across time. They show us that the universe we see is not a separate entity, but an expression of the universal mind, a mental construct shaped by the principles of correspondence, vibration, rhythm, cause and effect, polarity, gender, and above all, the mind itself. Every principle has unveiled a truth that is as old as time itself. The key to understanding the universe is understanding the self, the mind, the soul, the very essence of who we are. As you internalize these laws, you begin to realize that the universe is not a mystery to be solved from the outside. It is a mirror that reflects your inner world. The master key to unlocking the infinite potential within you has always been in your hands. Embrace the principles of mentalism and correspondence to understand the power of thought and the interconnectedness of all things. Know the principle of vibration and rhythm, recognizing that everything is in constant motion, and by tuning into the proper frequencies, you can transform your world. Reflect upon the principles of cause and effect, polarity and gender, realizing that creation is an ongoing dance of energies and that every action has its consequences. Every opposite exists to balance the other. In the end, these teachings are not just intellectual concepts. They are keys to living a life of wisdom, purpose, and conscious creation. To live in harmony with these principles is to become a master of your own reality, to shape the world around you with intention and awareness. The path revealed to you today is the same path that has been walked by those who sought knowledge, wisdom, and truth before you. It is the path that leads to self-realization, inner transformation, and the unveiling of the infinite potential that lies within each of us. Now that you have the keys to unlock the mysteries of existence, it's time to put them into action. If this journey has resonated with you, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this wisdom with others who are on their own path of transformation. Let us know in the comments how the Hermetic Principles have impacted your understanding of reality and what topics you'd like to see explored next. The rest of the journey, the true mastery of these laws, lies in your hands, your mind, and your soul. The path is yours to walk. Will you step forward with awareness and purpose?